The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has granted bail to Micheal, Adaramoye and 9 others in the sum of 10 million naira each and a surety in like sum. The defendants were arraigned on the 2nd of September on the 6-count charge of felony, treason, inciting, mutiny and attack on police officers during the nationwide protests from the 1st to the 10th of August 2024. The defendants pleaded not guilty to the charges. Justice Micheal ruled that it would be in the interest of justice to grant bail to the defendants. Aside the bail in the sum of 10 million naira each and a surety in like sum, each surety must have a landed property in Abuja and the title of the said property must be deposited with the court. Travel documents of the defendants are also to be deposited with the court and they are prohibited from speaking at any public gatherings. We're staying in Borno State, where at least 6 communities are still reeling from the devastating effect of flood following the collapse of a Lao Dam. Now, more than 200,000 persons who are heavily impacted by the devastation are currently seeking refuge at the Bakassi camp in Maiduguri, the state capital. The Borno State government has since commenced efforts to provide food and other basic needs to the victims to alleviate their suffering. This morning, the state governor, Babangana Zulum, visited the camp to set out households sheltered at the camp for enhanced intervention to bring some relief. Elsewhere, President Bola Tinubu has expressed deep concerns about the flooding in parts of Maiduguri. He condoled with the government and people of the state, especially families that have lost their means of livelihood. The president has called for the immediate evacuation of people from affected areas as relevant authorities assess the damage done by the flood. The president assured Governor Babangana Zulum that the federal government is ready to collaborate to address the immediate humanitarian needs of the affected people. And Vice President Kashim Shettima was in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, to sympathize with government and people over the flood that rendered thousands of residents homeless. He assured quick government intervention to bring relief to victims. TVC News senior reporter Jesse Tafida has details.
Vice President Kashim Shettima arrives Maiduguri alongside some members of the National Assembly and other top government officials. They are here to sympathize with people of the state over the flood that caused devastation in most parts of the metropolis. The entourage headed straight to the Bakassi camp where the displaced persons are sheltered. Senator Kashim Shettima sympathizes with the victims and assured of the federal government's quick response to address the situation. The vice president took time to go around the metropolis to see for himself the devastation. He also visited the Shehu of Borno's palace, where he had to walk through the flood waters to find his way. The vice president assured of speedy intervention from the federal government through the National Emergency Management Agency, Northeast Development Commission and the Refugee Council.
Honestly, Your Eminence, the tragedy that we have seen is well beyond the capacity of the Borno State government alone to shoulder. We rest assured that inshallah, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is determined to support His Excellency Professor Babangana Umara Zulum MNI, organizations and private sector, all to the custody of the Borno State government.
Thank you very much for assuring us that you have already, the President has already approved the release of such allocation to Borno State to assist in this direction. Yet, I would feel that a very high board committee be constituted to study the localities.
At the moment, the flood waters are gradually receding. Jesse Tafida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Let's turn now to Delta State, where some indigenes in Warri North local government area are facing an unprecedented sea surge which has destroyed critical infrastructure, leaving many stranded. The community attributes this disaster to climate change and the activities of oil companies, which they believe are exacerbating sea encroachment. Micheal has details.
The coastal community is struggling to cope with the rising sea level, which has already destroyed essential buildings and infrastructure. The community is urgently seeking government intervention to salvage what remains.
We don't get house, we don't get school, we don't get hospital, we don't get health center, we don't get water. We are suffering from all those, no light. This solar light that Red Energy brought, erosion has taken it away. This house, from the river, from this house, is almost 6 miles. Erosion has taken it away. So we don't have anywhere to stay. My own house now, erosion has taken it. I don't have anywhere to stay. Government make it help us. We are from Ogeyagoroke.
In response to their plight, the Olu of Warri has donated relief materials to the affected residents.
The surge that is affecting the community, how houses, building, livelihood of the community is being washed away because as a result of the sea surge. So he deemed it fit that he will not allow the pain the community is passing through. He is also feeling the pain where he is. Whatever cry out the community, the need of the community, that is the reason why we are here this afternoon. But sending us down from Warri, he deemed it fit that he knows that for now, people have lost their livelihood, lost their foodstuff. He has said, the little thing they have, the community should take it from him.
On behalf of the Alaja, we tell the people, and may God bless you people. We're still crying on what happened in this our river. We still want the sea protection to be done.
However, neighboring Orere community is also facing similar ordeal, with the high sea surge nearly submerging the community and destroying their jetty, leaving no access point. The situation demands immediate attention and action from the government and relevant authorities to mitigate the effect of climate change and ensure survival of these coastal communities. Micheal, TVC News, Ogeye, Delta State.
Elsewhere, the FCT commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Lushola Odumosu, has warned vandals of national assets and critical infrastructure to stay clear of the nation's capital. This warning is coming after the arrest of 13 suspects. Sifonisian reports.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration incurs significant losses due to the activities of vandals. Items including street lights, armored electrical cables, rods and manhole covers are often targets of vandals and scavengers. Replacing them attracts significant costs for the authorities. 13 suspects are in custody of the FCT command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps.
The cables, for instance, we cut them in the act because when the ground is softened, that is when it is easy for them to. That's why you see a lot of diggers and shovels there. We're able to nab them while they're carrying out their various activities. Then this billboards that you're seeing, if you go on the Nnamdi Azikiwe Expressway, you see some of our street lights have this hanging advert boards there. That is what they went to vandalize, pull them down.
Vandalism of national assets and critical infrastructure also have significant negative impact on livelihoods and well-being of residents.
I want to warn criminals, miscreants, scavengers, otherwise known as Babambola, who on a daily basis prowl the city center as well as various area councils. They should pack their bags and baggages and leave the Federal Capital Territory, because the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps will not allow such miscreants to have a field day anymore.
For the NSCDC, its operatives will take the fight against vandalism a notch higher. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.